You are listening to Larry Conners, USA.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
This is Larry Conners USA. Larry Conners USA.
I woke up this morning, got myself a gun. Mama always said I'd be the chosen one.
Look at every big mission that we've had that the public knows about for the last decade or so. Osama bin Laden, Soleimani, Baghdadi. And everybody likes those, and a lot of the people who think we shouldn't be anywhere in the world except on our own shores, they say, see, we can just go do that kind of stuff, and we don't have to have a forward presence. Well, I suggest you figure out what you're talking about, because the only reason we were ever able to do those things is, one, because we were forward deployed, we had networks in place, we were doing the intelligence collections prior to, and we had people on the ground forward stage so that they could actually commit and do those missions. So we have no ability to do that anymore. We have no ability to keep Americans safe.
Excellent point. We have no ability to keep Americans safe. Those are the words of Congressman Dan Crenshaw, Republican of Texas. This is September 2nd, 2021. He's talking about, of course, what many of us, and I will agree with, I've said the same, I really don't want U.S. boots on the ground all over the world policing every nation. We don't want to do that. We don't want to put men and women, Americans, in harm's way unless absolutely necessary. But what he's pointing out, with this pullout of Afghanistan, which is long overdue, many are rushing forward to say, okay, never, never, never again put any troops anywhere. When we got into Afghanistan in the beginning, we went in with a mission to find Osama bin Laden and go after al-Qaeda and destroy it because of 9/11. We did that. We didn't move out at that point. We're still trying to help the Afghans get control of their own country, train them, and so forth. We are in other theaters as well right now. We're in South Korea with a massive force. We're not pulling out of there. And there are other areas that are not necessarily theaters of war right now, but they're theaters of operation where we do still need to have a presence, if nothing else, to have nearby bases, but also to get intel. We're going to get into that in more detail over the next 2 hours. In the meantime, Afghans, thousands are going to be dispersed across the face of the U.S. Many truly need help and qualify for asylum under our asylum laws because they're facing execution, them and their families, because they helped us when we were in Afghanistan. This is not the same as the border crossers. I want to remind you of that. Those coming across the border, for the most part, just want to have a better life or maybe come here and start a gang war, and are, in some cases, they are terrorists from the Middle East sneaking across our border, posing as Latin Americans, Central Americans, whatever. But the question is, for all Afghans we're bringing in, and something like 1,000 plus will be in the St. Louis area, another 1,000 plus in Kansas City area, 2,000 maybe in Chicago, numbers here and there going to be scattered everywhere, something like 150,000 plus. Well, or are we vetting all of them to make sure that they are not terrorists mixed in? That's a big question. Supreme Court making a 5-4 decision upholding the Texas heartbeat bill. That's the first state in the nation to ban an abortion since 1973. Now, is that a premature statement? No pun intended. Is it an incorrect statement? We're going to be joined a little bit later by Heritage constitutional expert Hans von Spakovsky. Plus, do you have to be a member of the U.S. House of Representatives? Listen to this, please. Do you have to be a member of the U.S. House of Representatives to be Speaker of the House? The answer might surprise you. A friend asked me this question the other day, and I said, well, yes, you do. I got surprised. Here's the key. Is this a way for Donald Trump? Is this a way for Donald Trump to take the gavel from the hands of the Speaker of the House now, Nancy Pelosi? We will get into that. And, of course, poetic license. Poetic license gives many the authority to rewrite fiction, history even, make it a newer or at least a better book maybe, or maybe a worse book, play, movie. How about Cinderella? A remake of Cinderella now breaking out across the, I think, Prime, maybe Netflix, I think it's Prime, Amazon Prime. The fairy godmother in this poetic license, the fairy godmother is a man. Is that woke culture, or is that just trying to be funny and have some fun with it? And then the teacher that didn't have a U.S. flag for students to pledge allegiance to said you can pray to the LGBT flag. Punishment for her. Lock and load. Ready on the right.
You can hear podcasts of this program at Larry Connors USA Facebook. Larry Connors USA Facebook.